Oh man, timestamp. It is January 5th, 2025. Um, a little after 9 p.m. And let me adjust this real quick because I'm smoking my half cigar right now. This video has smoking on it. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm smoking my half cigar. I am attempting to keep my nuts in the tree right now. Been on and off the phone today with my dad and Brian, the neighbor my mom was taken to the hospital. My dad keeps insisting that she was taken to St. Jude's, which that's not a thing unless my mom is a child fighting a terminal disease, from my understanding. But with my dad, there should be no surprise, really. He's as I've mentioned repeatedly, he is more far gone than my mom wants to admit. At least everybody else is very aware. There's still boom booms going on. Happy New Year still, Florida. Adjustment. It's the only thing with this earbud thing. Sometimes I need to shave the sides here because the fur gets in the way, and then the earbuds that go over the ears, and then the glasses, and there's too many things fighting for not enough real estate behind the ears. If you wear spectacles, you understand probably that sometimes other things get in the way, and I don't need them for this, and it probably creates a weird glare anyway. So my mom, my blood is tingling, not just from the nicotine, but my skin is on fire. I'm just like not sure what's happening at this point, because I can't get a straight answer from anybody. The only person I can really get a straight answer from people are my dad and Brian. And Brian isn't completely in the loop, and my dad is about as outside the loop as one can be. He's right there, he's just not present. So she was taken to the hospital, and I know which one wasn't St. Jude's, but whatever. She was having trouble with her oxygen, as I smoke. She was short of breath, her oxygen's awful. So they have, according to my dad, done some kind of IC procedure, and they put tubes in her. Which, according to pics, means they probably intubated. They're attempting to force oxygen into her. I don't know. Acorn and Sammy are both going nuts because they need to be walked. And I just, oh man. Yeah, this is comfortable. When you have a messed up back, it's weird the positions that become comfortable and acceptable to exist in, on a daily basis. Which is part of the occupationally I'm stuck kind of situation, because once upon a time, back in my early days, I would run freight teams, stocking teams, unload trucks, and all that kind of stuff all day long. And it's not because I'm 54 now. It's because my spine won't allow me to do those things anymore. I made pretty good money, especially at Lowe's. I was making pretty good money there. But yeah, that was literally 20 years ago. Pre-back injury. It's very debilitating. But I don't know if this is it or not, you know. My family we've been in the car ready to go for about a year and a half, waiting for the light to change. Just trapped in our own weird limbo land. Because if this is the end for Mom, and it could be, I mean, she's in shitty health. She has been. She's slipping cognitively. My dad is winning that race, but my mom's in worse shape physically than my dad. I mean, he's got some physical tics and whatnot too, but you know, he's still spry enough to be crawling around in the backyard doing projects, which again, funny, not funny. I was on the phone with him earlier, and I said, you know, how you doing? He's like, well, you know, not good. It's like, you know, I got projects I got to work on. I got a thief that keeps coming in the backyard and stealing everything from me. And it's like frustrating, because one of the reasons we were there a year and a half, 2 years ago, was we were attempting to help lock down the house intelligently. Because my dad, when you dig a tiger trap for this burglar and then promptly forget that you dug that trap the next day and fall in it yourself, maybe you're not the right guy for the job anymore. He's got a permanent limp now with his knee because he forgot about his own damn trap. Which I told the doctor about when I talked to the doctor a few months ago. I said, that knee injury that you're concerned about, do you know he got that? He didn't. Oh, wow, wow, okay. Yeah. I've been saying that he's messed up mentally, which is causing physical, issues here and there. And there's certainly the possibility that he could do worse. He's a combat vet, learned some of the arts of booby trap from the Viet Cong, what he didn't know himself as growing up. From a gaming standpoint, he's kind of a ranger craftsman. He grew up bow hunting and things of that nature. He knows how to do this stuff. He is the Boy Scout troop leader that could easily join the group from Red Dawn and teach those kids a thing or two. And his brain is gone. That's a great combination. You've got all that knowledge, and we'll call it wisdom, and failing faculties that give him, we'll go with discernment. So left to his own devices. And that's why I know on a couple of occasions I've said that going through their house is going to be like a dungeon crawl. Because it will. Especially when I start getting into the holy of holies of his places. I'm going to have to handle it very carefully, because I don't know what booby traps he may have set in there. I know that sounds like glamorization. It's really not. It's really not. I consider myself a bard once upon a time. if I remember this correctly, in the D&D world, Bard was a multi-class, usually with like Thief as one of the rogue now, but if you were, I think it was a fighter or a thief, you could become a Bard multi-class down the road. And luckily, I took the thief path, which is not to say that I'm a thief, but I know I has skills. One of the reasons I love TV shows like Leverage and Burn Notice and stuff like that is pre-technology. I did undercover security work. We'll call it that. And those shows are kind of reminiscent of some of the crap that I did without the technology part of it. We didn't have a Hardison because we didn't need a Hardison. But I worked with a couple of security firms back in the day that did stuff and things. So I understand security systems, and I still actually can't pick a lock, believe it or not. I'm not the Parker of the group. Or, wasn't. I was more Sophie with a touch of Elliot. If that helps paint a picture for you, if you know the show. Kind of growing into a Nate. So yeah, when I start digging into his areas, I've got to be real careful. That workshop, it's already a death trap with the way he has it. We'll loosely call it organized, but I don't know what things might be waiting for me. I'm gonna have to tread very, very carefully. Hopefully he hasn't gotten a hold of any claymores or anything like that. With this guy, I don't know. He's my dad. He is clever. Which, with his brain gone, just makes him even more dangerous, really. But yeah, I don't know. She's in ICU. And anytime a car comes down our street, because cars don't typically come down our street that often, just have that thought of Pasco County Sheriff coming by to give me news of some sort, which that we know what kind of news that would be. But yeah, his wife is in the hospital in ICU. They're putting tubes in him, and his first words to me are, yeah, there's a thief in the backyard. He's lost his way. I'm going to try and straighten up now. This should be an adventure in spinal fun. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. I don't know. I'm supposed to go to work in the morning. I'm planning on going to work unless I get that kind of phone call. If my dad gets that kind of phone call, I think I know what he's going to do. I can't stop that. Tried, He can feed himself and wipe his butt so he can have guns. Well, that's one viewpoint. Checking my time. I don't have my specs on. So I don't know if the light's about to turn green or if this is another false alarm in the light cycle. I don't know. Kitchen, going through the spices So we've got 6 basils and 5 oreganos, and I don't know if anybody else runs into that problem, but you're not sure if you've got a spice, so you pick up one while you're at Walmart or something like that, and then you come home and you're like, oh, I already had 4. I've done this 3 other times. 4 now. So I've got some of the bigger spice bottles I'm trying to consolidate and relabel, because I'd much rather have a bunch of big spice containers, because I do like to cook, than 6 small ones. I've got 3 cream of tartar. I don't know how I manage that, but hopefully when I'm done with this particular project, I'll have 1 larger cream of tartar and not 3 little ones. It's just annoying little petty stuff, but trying to go through, consolidate, get into the pantry. Got those little moth things again. I've talked to other people in Florida. You get these like weird little moths that like to get into your pasta and your potato flakes and stuff like that, and they're obnoxious and hard to get rid of. Yes, Sammy, I know. Anyway, checking the mail, and I got something I ordered off Amazon. I'm not obsessed with him, but I'm incredibly fascinated with. A lot of you that do know me know that I am kind of a teacher, and as such, I'm kind of obsessed with Fred Rogers. I think, Jim Henson. There's a few people out there that weren't just gifted; they were a gift. You know what I mean? You only get a couple of those in your lifetime. And I was just tootling around the internet the other day. I didn't know this existed. The Mr. Rogers biopic that came out a couple years ago was excellent. But this is something that was made like over 10 years ago called Fred Rogers, America's Favorite Neighbor. And it's kind of documentary. Narrated and hosted by Michael Keaton. And that intrigued me. I'm like, I love Michael Keaton. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I picked up a used DVD of it off of Amazon for like $6, and it came today. I haven't checked it out yet, but it's here, so that's cool. But hey, there I am. Not Pasco County Sheriff. If it is, they don't have the right address. Anyway, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna walk some dogs, get back on the kitchen. I've got some chicken marinating right now in a ginger and garlic with Chinese 5-star. Probably do some like stir-fry veggies, fry that up, bed of rice, something like that underneath. Should be a good meal for Pix and me. And if either of the pups is awake, I'll have enough for everybody. But so this is the lighting out here is perfect for this sort of thing. Fred Rogers DVD. Very excited about that. Maybe I'll be watching it at Leonardo. I don't know. I do not know what's going on. The doctors may not even know what's going on. Don't know. Anyway, I will keep you posted health-wise. Since I've really cut back on my smoking, I am noticing better breath. I think I mentioned that. And up until today, I wasn't really experiencing a whole lot of the tightness in the chest, whatnot, and that kind of confirms to me that it is, in fact, anxiety-based and probably not the COPD. So that's encouraging. Methinks. Anyway. Yeah, so checking in. Make it a great day.